Hi, Deb here. Welcome to my craft room. Right, I am going to do this flower mould today. This flower bowl that came in the Sophie and Toffee Pixie box. Happy Easter Pixie box. But I'm not going to do it with resin. I'm going to do it with Aquacast. I thought I'd see how it comes out. So what we need to do to start with is to measure. I've been on the Aquacast website, Alichem website, and I've got the mixing information. So the mould is the mould volume is 100 mils, but I always like to have a bit more. You need to mix a little bit more when you're mixing with Aquacast because you know you lose quite a lot in the pot, and theirs is sort of exact, and you always need a bit more. So I'm going to be mixing to a ratio so that it makes up 120 mils. So I've got a bit of extra. And I'm also mixing it a little bit more liquidy because I don't want any bubbles to appear. I need it to get down nicely. So I'm actually going to mix 80 mils of water and 160 mils of powder. So here goes. So that's that's 81. That's fine. 80 mils of water. Right, got to stand up now because this stuff's really messy. Oh, and before I start with the powder, I just want to show you I ordered this from Amazon. I've seen a few people using them. I haven't tried it with resin yet. I've literally just opened it now. It comes as it is. You need 4 AAA batteries in there, and it comes with 2 paddles, which I thought was quite good. So I mean, I've ordered it myself, I've paid for it. I'm going to try it with the Aquacast and see how it goes. This could be an immense fail. We'll see how it goes. Right, so now I want 160 mils of powder. 40, 80. Too much powder. See if I can get a bit out. That's fine. Right. Let's put that out of the way. Let's put the scales out of the way. And let's mix with this. Scrape it off the sides. Put it in. Seemed to mix okay. Let me just get a scraper out to make sure I've scraped it all off all the sides. Yeah, that mixed nicely. Obviously I don't know if there's any lumps or anything in it, but it doesn't appear to have any lumps. Pleased with that. Right. Now I'm going to add black Mirandai. Oh dear, move the table. I'm going to add black Mirandai pigment. I'm going to start light and get darker as the bowl goes down. So I'm going to start with, I think, just 1 drop. And let's see how that goes in there. I'm probably going to need more than 1 drop, aren't I? Doesn't seem to be mixing very well in there, does it? I wonder why that is. I mean, I know it's resin pigment, but I thought it would mix nicely. Clearly not. So I'm not going to be using Miranda pigment. I'm going to have to use mica powder because I don't have any other pigment. I don't have pigment for Aquacast, so I'm going to have to use mica powder. So let's put in one heaped glitter spoon and mix. I should probably be using a mixing tool for this as well, shouldn't I? Right, so let's add that in. Now put some more. I think it might be a bit of a funky pot, this one, the heap. And I'm actually, I think, going to use my mixing tool. Mixes quite slowly, which I think is quite good to stop bubbles. Right, then add some more. And then one last lot of powder. I think this is supposed to dry a lot lighter. I seem to remember that the Aquacast dries a lot lighter than it is when it's wet, because when I made those candles before, I think that's what happened. Right, let's put that in there. Actually, before I add that, I'd like to go round the edges and make sure there are no bubbles. I can't get that in there. It's a funny shaped bowl, so I'm going to bash it and squidge it a bit, I think. I'm sure there shouldn't be any bubbles, but you need to squidge it just to make sure. Probably put a little bit too much in here to squidge it. I should have been more thoughtful than should have worried more about what I was doing than the colours. But hey ho, we all get distracted. It's early in the morning. Looking after my two older grandsons today. It's half term, so that'll be fun. Right. So that's that done. I'm just going to tap the board a little bit, and then hopefully any bubbles that are in there will come up. Right, and let's pop any bubbles that are here. This will take a lot longer to dry than normal because I've used a lot more water than normal. That's the bubbles popped. I will keep an eye on it and keep tapping it, because where the bowl goes in at the bottom like that, the bubbles are likely to get caught there as well. Anyway, I will keep an eye on it, and I'll find something else to put the rest of that in. I will be back when it's cured. See you later. Hi, right. These have dried. It's been 24 hours because, like I told you, I had the boys. I used the bookmark again that I used from the last lot I did, and also the stand-up bunny to finish off the Aquacast. I will decorate them somehow, but let's now demould this. It's a bit damp in there. I obviously mixed the Aquacast with too much water. It's still quite damp in there. Oh, and it's hard to get off because this is really set. This is really hard to get off this mould. Oh, it looks good though. From what I can see, it's looking good. I could be really pleased with this. The state of my thumbs where it's damp in there. Okay, I'm over an edge. That should be easier now. Now, that is really wet in there. I don't know why, but it doesn't look as if it has affected the dish at all. Let's just move those out of the way. Let's get all this muck off my hands and dry this. It's actually come out really nicely. The gradient doesn't look great. It's not too different gradient wise, but that is really come out nice. I like that. I now need to work out how I'm going to distinguish the flower. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave this to dry out properly, really dry out well, because it's very wet. I mean, it's solid. I don't know if you can hear that. It's solid, it's well cooked, should we say, but it's just really damp. So I'm going to leave it on that cloth, let it dry out, and I will be back when it's had plenty of time to dry out, and also when I've had time to think about how I'm going to emphasize the raised areas. Okay, I'll see you soon. Right, I've left this for another day to dry. The colour inside is much darker than the colour outside, but I really don't like the colour. It's just dull grey. So I think I'm going to use my silver leafing pen to just go over the top of all the designs and see how it goes. And if I don't like that, I'll try something else. So let's go. See what we think. Never used a leafing pen on this before. We just have to see how it goes, won't we? I'm not sure how I think it looks at the moment. It doesn't really show, does it? Maybe it does. Right. just don't know how easy it's going to be to do. I mean, I can go over the edges, but it doesn't give the proper detail of the flower. It may be okay, we'll see. Right, there. Right, I'm going to get on with this, and I'll show you the finished effect when I've finished it. See you soon. Right, I've done all the silvering outside. I'm pleased with that. So now I've got some gilding wax. So I thought I would paint that in the middle of the dish because I don't like the look of the middle of it. So I'm going to paint it with gilding wax, silver gilding wax, and then I'll rub it in and polish it afterwards. So let's just paint silver gilding wax on it. Hopefully it will look nice with that in there. And then when I've done it all, I will I'll seal it all with special Hydroflow sealer, and that will seal all of the gilding wax and the Aquacast and everything. So yeah, let's get on and do this. I think this will look quite nice when it's finished. Well, I hope it does anyway. I think it's probably only going to be used for sweets with wrappers on. I don't think you'd want sweets, actual sweets touching the bowl. I think if they've got a wrapper on, it'll be fine, but not real sweets touching the bowls, the surface of the bowl, because I don't think that it would be very food safe as it is, to be honest. Sorry, I don't think you saw any of that, did you? Because I was over to the side. Sorry. Right, I think that's all covered now. Let's get a cloth and rub it in now. Let's give it a good rub. Just rub, rub, rub. And that will hopefully stop it showing. Oh no, that didn't work, did it? I've never used this before. I just thought I'd try it and see what effect we get. I was hoping that you wouldn't be able to see the lines from the paint brush. I'm not sure. I think it's okay. I think I like it actually. I do. I like it very much. Look at that silver in there. Isn't that good? Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Very pleased with that. That is lovely. That is really, really nice. Right, so yes, I'm going to leave that like that now. And when it's dry, like I say, you get covered in the stuff. When that's dry, I'm going to go over it with this Hydroflow eggshell sealant, a water-based casting compound eggshell sealer. Shake well before use. Ensure all surfaces are clean and dry. Apply hydrofilm sealer to fully dried Hydroflow casting work onto the surface of a brush or sponge, and do not allow to pull. Allow 1 to 2.5 hours between coats. Fully dry in 12 to 18 hours. So right, as soon as this is all dried, I don't know how long that'll take. Not too long, I shouldn't think. I will come back and put on the final coat. Put on the coat, a couple of coats of Hydroflow. I'll see you when I get back. Bye. This is thoroughly dried out now, so we are going to spray it with the Aquaflow water-based casting compound eggshell sealer. So what I'm going to do is unlock it, unlock it, and I'm going to spray. Why is it in it spraying? It is. It took a bit more welly than I was giving it, and I'm going to spray this in and brush it around. Brush it all around over the edges. Making sure you don't leave puddles of it, because it won't dry very well if you leave puddles of it. It won't look right. And then brush it all in, all around. And then turn it over and do the other side. Maybe squirting a bit. Yeah. With this side, you have to really, if you can see, I'm really rubbing it in over the flowers so that it's getting into all the nooks and crannies and not sitting anywhere. Let's get some more out the middle, because I think I put a bit too much in the middle. Right, so I will do this all over, and I will put 2 or 3 coats on, because you want it to be waterproof and strong. If you don't do enough coats, it will absorb the water, and although it won't really hurt it, it may well, I don't know if it'll hurt it or not. Actually, it may hurt it. I don't know. I really don't know. I know that you're supposed to seal it, so I always seal it. I've never tested to see what it would do if you didn't, but I believe that it would absorb water and maybe damage it over time. But like I say, I don't know that for fact because I've never tried. Right, so what I will do is I will say goodbye for now. Thank you for joining me. I will carry on and do another few coats on this when it's dry, and I will put a picture of the finished item up at the end. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in my craft room. Thank you. Bye.